Alright, what's up? Coming back at you with another shot from Bodacious Rods and Customs. Bodacious Rods and Customs. Yes, anyway, did a little bit of painting, so I figured I'd throw it out at you guys. Did a little bit of experimenting with some paint blends, and I'm going to show them to you really quick. Let's see here. First and foremost, first one I'm going to talk about, these have separated. I've been on the road a little bit playing some music all over town, so some of this stuff has been sitting for a little bit. I got this black, it's a nail polish color called Whipped, and I used like a thinning recipe that I got on the internet just to try to see if we could get this stuff to work and shoot pretty good. And I was kind of hoping it would be a deeper flat black, and what I wound up with was actually what kind of to me looks more like a powder coat gray. I don't know how good you can see it, but if you look, you can see it almost looks kind of like fuzzy, carpety, which is great for the texture of this interior. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this coat pretty much as it is. I might blast a little bit more in there, but I'm still kind of getting the feel for this airbrush and this kind of technique. But anyway, I like the way it looks on the interior. However, I did not like the way it came out on the bottom, unless of course you're trying to make the bottom look like it's been severely weathered. Wasn't my intention, however I might leave it that way because the bottom of the chassis kind of would look that way after having been torn down the drag strip a couple of different times. So after having sprayed it on a couple of different surfaces, I decided it might work for some and not so much for others, so I'm experimenting. I was kind of hoping to give a powder coat look on this roll bar, but not so much. I'm thinking I'm going to have to go back over that with something thicker and give it a more realistic look. This here's a part of the steering column, and I think where the air conditioning might actually be, but I don't know how well it's coming out. Yeah, it looks pretty good. All these things are going to look pretty cool and weathered and possibly pretty realistic in the engine bay, so I'm psyched about that. Engine got its Pontiac blue, and I'm pretty psyched about the way that came out. I'm probably going to hit it with one more coat. It's got a couple of thin spots on the back where I was holding it from, but in the long run this is going to look really cool, and still kind of on the fence on what color wires we're going to put on it, but it's got those coming. So been on the road a little bit, but steadily making a little bit of progress here and there. And so far the new spray booth and airbrush rig has been working pretty well. I've run into a couple of tricky spots, so if anybody out there knows a thing or two about airbrushes and can help me out on it. I got a kind of a squeaky noise in my airbrush while I was shooting some of my paint, and I think may have had a clog. Wasn't entirely sure how to diagnose it. So in order to get as much paint as I could through this thing, I kept trying to do my best to clean it. And now that it's been sitting a few days, I just pulled back on the trigger, and it doesn't look like the spring is engaging. So to me that means the needle's probably stuck. So I'm going to go ahead and disassemble and give it a good in and out bath according to the general principles that we all try to stick to, and give her a good bath down and see what we're at, and then get ready to blast some more color probably in the next day or so, and hopefully I can get a couple of base coats on the body. I'm really psyched about doing the body, but the way this the interior and such came out, I'm a little apprehensive, so we'll see how that goes. I've got a ton of green paint ready to shoot, and some silver base coat so I can put some lines in it, and then I'm going to look for a new black to finish it with. And for those of y'all who don't remember what we're working on here, it's a 64 GTO street machine body. Gonna have a pretty wicked paint job. I might try to attach a rendering that I put together just to kind of keep my progress and whatnot straight. So still in primer on the body, but this thing's gonna be mean. Roll caged out, supercharged, 421. Might do some trick stuff on the bottom. We'll see how that goes. We'll see. Anyway, y'all stay tuned. Subscribe, check out my links, and You know, props to the guys out there sending inspiration on that two-way street. I'll see you guys next time.